Now let's go down to courtside with tonight's announcers. Good evening and welcome to the premier edition of our basketball game of the week featuring the Santa Cruz Cardinals and the Aptos Mariners. I'm Rusty Reed along with Jeff Conley, and Jeff, I can't think of a better way of KRUZ Sports sliding into the new decade than with the matchup between these two rivals that we have tonight.
Absolutely, Rusty. The schedule maker has been really kind to us here. We've got Aptos and Santa Cruz featuring, among other things, the return of the legends. Pass it around, pick them apart. Pete Newell is back. Bombs away, Bill Warmerdam. He's back. Aptos, same old stuff, leading the league. SOS for the rest of the league. They lead the league in scoring. Santa Cruz leads the league in defense.
So there's the bit of the teams. We have a lot of interesting players individually in this game.
We got players galore. First for Aptos, it's the hammer and the nail. Outside, you'll see Kelly Stratton trying to nail it down. Underneath, if he doesn't hit it, the hammer, Trent Dilfer to push it back up in there. Great supporting cast with Victor Scargill and Brian Cook as well. And then for Santa Cruz, we've got the perennial one, the quiet man, the John Wayne of local basketball, Pat Jones. Pat Jones this year returns every time like the annual, back in the middle of everything for Santa Cruz. Big key for them. And maybe the most imaginative thing that we're going to see here tonight is Bernie Escalante at the point. Put a hard guy at the helm. Forget the skills, put the guy in there that's going to make things happen, and Pete Newell had the imagination to put Bernie there.
That's right. All right, you're our analyst tonight, so what are you going to go into this game? What is your focus in tonight's game?
Foremost factors, I don't know. Keys to the game, I don't know. If we knew that, why even come to the game and look? But I think what's interesting perhaps will be rebounds and turnovers. For Aptos, they like to bomb it up. A lot of those shots are going to be high-risk shots. They're going to have to get the rebounds and put them back up because there's going to be a lot of low-percentage shots taken. Then on the other side, I think, although I'm hearing a little bit different from Coach Newell, that Santa Cruz likes to play the precise game. Now, when you play the precise game, you can't afford to turn it over. So we'll be watching the rebounds for Aptos. We'll be watching the turnovers for Santa Cruz. That ought to give us a pretty good clue, but it's all for free, and I can't wait to get this thing going.
On paper, Aptos is the #1 offense in the league. Santa Cruz is the #1 defense in the league. Something's got to give. We'll see what happens. It's all going to start right after this commercial break. Santa Cruz and Aptos, we'll be right back. And a new basketball season for KRUZ Sports as we kick off the season with Aptos Santa Cruz. The big rivalry as it's been for several years now, Jeff, and here we go with the tip-off. Scargill versus Jones. Jones wins it, Bernie Escalante tracks it down. Here we go. Escalante over to Kenny Martinez, who takes the shot, and he finds the range. So Santa Cruz up 2-0.
Nice start for Santa Cruz. Not as many passes as we're used to seeing them throw. Newell said they might not play a precise game tonight. They might just play a little bit loosely.
Scargill shot off the mark. They work it back outside. That's Cook out, back to Scargill, who hits it. So 2-2.
Same old Aptos, but maybe more passes on that side than you might expect early.
Bernie Escalante, the point guard, works it in. They got it to Pat Jones, who makes it 4-2 Santa Cruz. And a lot of scoring right off the start here. That's out Brian Cook, one of the guards, along with Chad Brown, number 22. Chad Brown, Brian Cook, number 10, number 22. That's Kelly Stratton, the #1 scorer in the league. Back up top to the guards, we got Trent Dilfer, the big center, and Victor Scargill, the other forward for the Mariners, Bill Warmerdam's Mariners. And there's the nice shot by Brian Cook for 2, 4-4.
They cleared everything out for Cook that time. The rest of the Mariners just stood around the three-point circle and let him take it up.
Holton works it down over to Jones, then
bad pass by Bernie there.
And the layup in and good by Brian Cook as Aptos takes the lead 4-6.
This move putting Bernie Escalante at the helm, very interesting. Not a pure point guard, but definitely has the head to take over the leadership role, and there he is.
Jones takes the 15-footer and bags it, so he's just as good on the outside as he is the end.
Well, just like we said at the top of the show, he'll be in the middle of everything for Santa Cruz, as he has been for 4 long years. You keep thinking he's not going to be back here because he should have graduated, but he's been a 4-year starter here for the Santa Cruz Cardinals.
Chad Brown regains possession of the ball. That's Cook up top. 6-6. They go underneath. Nobody there.
Looked like a little loop, but the loop was a little bit too far.
That starter Todd Trowbridge, he tracked it down. Kenny Martinez thought he might take the shot back to Trowbridge, who does take it. Off the mark, good battle there, but down with it comes Kelly Stratton, and here come the Mariners. Stratton to Scargill, takes the shot, no good, whistle on the play.
Well, that's one on Jones. That could be crucial. You don't want to get him in trouble early, certainly, if you're pulling for Santa Cruz.
So back and forth, and Santa Cruz isn't playing that set-up offense like you'd expect them to. Or at least they're finding the shots right away.
So far, Santa Cruz turned it over once, and Aptos has a rebound, and that's about it. Everybody's just putting the ball in the hole.
So Victor Scargill breaks the ties. The Mariners go up 7-6, and that's where it'll stay. But underneath, that's Trent Dilfer. Can't get it to fall. Jones with the rebound. That's Bernie Escalante. Dishes. Nice layup there by Todd Trowbridge.
That's 2 breaks for the Cruz, pushing that ball. This is not set it up time.
Dilfer out to Kelly Stratton. Lets it fly and bags his first shot of the night.
Oh my, nobody's home. That was 2-on-0.
Trowbridge and Jones down there. Trowbridge, credit him with the basket as the Cardinals take the lead 10-9.
The Mariners are just not getting back here. They need to make an adjustment.
Traveling call on Chad Brown, and Santa Cruz Cardinals look like Pete Knowles willing to run with the Mariners.
He says he might have more talent on this team than any other team he's had. He says they lack patience though, so they don't need it if they're going to just keep scoring that easily.
Trowbridge with his 6th point of the night. The Cardinals up 12-9. Halfway through the first period. Brown looking for somebody open. It's Stratton. Ryan Cook takes a shot, blocked by Pat Jones.
Good snap by Jones. You know, Santa Cruz looks like they're doing everything right, but it's 4:19 to go here in the first quarter, and Aptos is only down by 3 points.
Check it in, Mike Jones for the Cardinals. He'll take over for Todd Trowbridge. He sits down with 6 points. 6 of the Cardinals' 12. Shot no good there. Jones with another rebound. Escalante holds it up. Jones over to Martinez. Back to Pat Jones. Turnaround jumper won't go. And there's Dilfer with the rebound. Back out. It's a long shot. Won't go.
Jones doing the job on the boards now for Santa Cruz, as you might expect. Aptos not getting second shots.
Bernie Escalante pulls it up and nails it.
And Santa Cruz is making their first shot.
And when the Mariners don't make theirs, like you mentioned in the open, Pat Jones has been there to pull it down.
He triggers the break. He gives to Escalante. Escalante looks, and the rest of the team just races the floor. That's what they're doing early anyway.
Chad Brown takes the shot.
A little bit too much one-on-one, I think, Rusty, right now for Aptos. Stop, jump ball. Jones and Dilfer going at it. Dilfer's huge, but Jones is 2 inches bigger. Arms just a little longer, and he snuffed the Trenter that time.
That's right, Trent the wide body, but like you said, Jones a little taller, and he's got that arm reach, the 2nd block of the night.
I've always liked this guy, Chad Brown. I like the way he plays. Made a mistake that time, though. You got to bounce it inside the baseline. He tried to bounce it outside and across, and that's a TO.
Bobby Holton throws it in. Kenny Martinez will bring it up. Gets it to Bernie Escalante. Takes the shot, won't go.
From behind, rebound from the outside by Jones.
Who takes it from the outside. No good, and Scargill with the rebound. Chad Brown will bring it up. They're down by 5 right now in the early going. Aptos, of course, with a big victory over Santa Cruz already in the year. Scargill, the hook, won't go. Mike Jones with the rebound. And here goes to the point guard. Martinez inside to Jones. Back to Martinez, takes the shot. Right underneath, the Mariners come up with it.
Another turnover there for Santa Cruz. They let it go out of bounds. Not a strict turnover, but I got it pretty even in rebounding and turnovers to this point. But it looks like Aptos playing a little bit too much one-on-one. They don't seem to have it going yet. They're not able to outrun the Cardinals so far in this game, and that's always been the edge they've had around here, but it's early. It's their first league game.
Dilfer takes the long shot. Holtzen pulls it down. Dilfer back on the to try and knock the pass away. Did, but we got a whistle.
Well, Santa Cruz turned it over right in the one place you don't want to turn it over, the other guy's lane. Good save by Jones that time. He stopped the 2 points for sure. That was nothing but white shirts underneath.
Lob pass to Scargill, puts it up. Short shot won't go. Rebound, Chad Brown, that won't go.
Rebounds though, now Aptos chalking up the rebounds.
And the foul on Bobby Holtzen for Santa Cruz.
3 rebounds in that sequence for Aptos. If they keep doing that to the Cardinals are in for a long one. They have the lead now.
But Santa Cruz up 14-9, just under 2 minutes to go in the first period.
Cardinals 1-0 in the league, Rusty, but Aptos looking at their first game.
Bat of the way, Jones knocks it in bounds, but had a foot out of bounds. A lot of Joneses in this game for Santa Cruz.
And here's a Brown.
5 seconds, gets it into Scargill, pulls it down.
That's he and Scargill got that one figured out. Scargill can go up and get the ball anywhere. He's just got a little trouble putting it down after he gets it. He can pull it out of the rafters. He just can't put it down the drain.
Speaking of pulling out of the rafters, Pat Jones with yet another rebound. The shot there by Norman Martinez, who checked in for the Cardinals, no good, and it'll go back to the Aptos Mariners.
Dandy guards here. I like this combo, Brown and Cook. They've been playing together for a couple of years. They know what's going on.
Kelly Stratton to Dilfer, takes the shot.
Now, I don't know what Trent's doing to me. I tell you, he's going to be the hammer underneath, and he's the one that's popping the Jays from 3 country.
It's Mike Jones inside. Gabe Jones.
Double heat over there in the corner to get out of there. Nice little trap on that corner.
Mike Jones, number 33 to Gabe Jones, number 40. Back over to Mike Jones, got open on the side there, but shot no good, and Santa Cruz will retain possession.
Mike Jones ran the baseline beautifully that time, Rusty. He was trapped a couple of times in the corner, right where you don't want to be. You got 2 guys guarding you, and then you got 2 black lines trapping you, and he got out of there, ran the baseline, and had a wide open shot. Just couldn't get it down. Shooting's not really hot right now for either team.
Martinez over to Escalante. 48 seconds left in the first period. Back over to Martinez, takes the shot, in and out, won't go. They'll check the call there, and we've got a foul.
It's going to be on TD. Trent Dilfer, the big football player, who's going to be dropping some news on the community soon about his next destination. He's got a choice of animals to go to: Bulldogs, Bears, Broncos, and Galloping Gale. Family prefers Bears, I'm sure, but I'm sure Trent's decision.
Mike Jones, back out to Escalante. That's Martinez, 20. They're moving around. Nice defense by the Mariners. Back around, they're working around. They're going to wear the clock down.
Well, this is old-time Santa Cruz stuff now. This is stuff we're used to. Finally, a shot goes up, and it's nothing but air.
Martinez couldn't find the range. The Mariners will get the ball with 5 seconds to go in the period. They're down 14-9. Andon Prost is checked in for the Mariners, number 14. The shot, it's a 3-pointer. If it goes, then it won't. Took 1 period of play. The hot shooting, at least for a while. Santa Cruz Cardinals on top of the Mariners, 14-9. We'll be right back after this word from our sponsors. Getting set for the 2nd period of play. The Santa Cruz Cardinals on top of the Mariners here at Aptos, 14-9. And Jeff Conley, these 2 teams have played before in the Daz Club Championship game, and Aptos
won handily. Do you think that has an effect on this game?
I don't think so, not at all. That was December, this is January. That victory big at the time for Aptos. They would get the Dad's Club title, always a prestigious thing to nail down early, but since that time, we've seen Santa Cruz defeat a really excellent Palma team. That same Palma team defeated this Aptos team by about 39 points, so you tell me. A lot of things happened. You know, Pete Newell's been gone for a year. His team did okay last year. They won the title. They did fine. But he's got to get his bearings back. The team's got to get used to him again. Seems like they're getting used to him with a victory over Palmer in their 2 efforts to go. They're 1-0 in the league. They lead here 14-9 tonight. But that 14-9 score has been on that board for a long time, about 3 minutes.
That's right, a lot of cold shooting there at the end of the first period. We'll see how it happens. Bernie Escalante, the point guard, controlling the offense of the Mariners. Martinez tried to work it in, back to Escalante. And the cold shooting continues. Gabe Jones with the rebound. And the Mariners bring it up. That's Adam Healy, number 11, who's checked in.
Well, that time the Cardinals got 2 shots. We've seen this at Aptos before. They put maybe 10, 11 points up first quarter. Final score ends up in the 80s and 90s, so this is not unusual for them. But I don't know if they're going to be able to run by this Cardinal team. This looks like one of the quickest Cardinals teams I've ever seen. Nice move by Trent.
Move inside, gets it. First hoop of the night.
There's a trap. They almost took the ball away.
Nice defense, Andon Prost for the Mariners, along with Adam Healy, the 2 guys off the bench. Jones pulls up, gets it off the glass. Mike Jones.
Looked like Sam Jones, the old Celtic from many years ago. A lot of glass on that.
Stratton back out to Dilfer, makes the move inside, gets by Jones, and gets the hoop.
Well, Aptos is playing one-on-one. They've got the better of it the last 2 times down here, but I don't know if they can survive some one-on-one against a pretty strong defensive team.
Escalante up top, over to Mike Jones. The shot taken there. Kenny Martinez won't go. Aptos with another bound. They're down by 3, 16-13. We'll see what happens here. Brian Cook with the ball over to Prost. Dilfer from outside now. That's 6 straight points by Dilfer.
How about 8? Couldn't get it. Rebound and a shot.
4 shots coming up. Tie up, and we've got a foul underneath. So a nice job by the wide-body Trent, who's fired up.
He got one stat went south, the other went north. Shooting percentage went away. The rebounding average went straight up. He was playing volleyball under there.
So Trent Dilfer takes command of the second period so far. He had no points according to my tally. In the first period, he scored 6 to bring the Mariners to within 1. He could tie it up with this free throw.
Your tally looks good to me unofficially. I don't have the total number of rebounds, but it looks to me like Aptos is getting the edge now. On the board,
Dilfer with 9 points now, 16-16. And he makes it 10 as the Mariners take the lead. Martinez back over to Holtzen. Trowbridge back in for the Cardinals. Pat Jones all by himself, banks it in.
good concentration by Pat Jones that time because Kelly Stratton was flying right at him. He just used his body well, greased the glass.
Adam Healy to Cook. Scargill takes the long shot over the attempted block. Stratton underneath, can't get it. Stratton, a big-time scorer for the Mariners. He leads the league.
Now, Victor Scargill is having a tough decade so far. He's fired up about 7 shots. I think he's put down 1, maybe.
I got him for 3 points, a field goal and a free throw.
But Aptos is not shy. They'll just keep firing them up. They are winning the rebounding battle now. That's what they needed to do, and Santa Cruz is not turning it over, and that's what they needed to do, and that's why it's a 1-point game.
Martinez working to get it inside, goes off the hand of Bobby Holtzen, and the Mariners will take over. They're looking for Pat Jones, and Aptos looks to be playing a pretty good defense. Healy up top. To Cook.
I know the coaches wouldn't agree being the way they are, but to me, both teams look well-schooled and well-polished right now.
Nice rebound and back up, Brian Cook.
Don't you just hate that when the little guy gets in there and everybody throws it back in? That's gonna burn you up if you're on defense.
And the Mariners take the lead, 19-18. 5 minutes to go, carrying over. We've got to travel. Nice play there by Kelly Stratton.
Bumping the floor, cost Santa Cruz the ball.
So the Mariners back on top. They've trailed a lot of this game. Pete Newell giving the instructions. Bobby Holton. Adam Healy dishes to Stratton. He'll take it from a long way out. The number one shooter in the league can't get the shot. Pat Jones with the rebound. Here comes Escalante. Trowbridge back to Bernie. Bernie has the open shot, takes it, and in and out. Bad break.
Road shot. It was everything but in. Just couldn't drop through the twine.
Cook to Scargill.
Like that little pass.
Trent mismatch underneath. He was a little too far into the glass. Won't go. Bernie brings it up.
Bernie out of the pickle in a hurry there. Two guys on him.
Mariners up by 1. Back outside. Gabe Jones can't track
T.O.
down
for
the pass.
Santa Cruz there. 3 turnovers here for Santa Cruz in this second quarter. And that's cost them the lead.
And not a lot of points either. So to the line, Brian Cook as we move into the bonus. Brian Cook.
Just when I was calling for polish here, it started to get a little ragged. So they're going to react accordingly. Now Newell makes a change.
Gets the first one. That will entitle him for a second shot as the Mariners go up 20-18. Brian Cook with his 9th point of the night, senior. Shot no good off the hands of Gabe Jones.
Good rebound on the baseline that time by Trent Dilfer. He just tiptoed along that baseline to balance, saved it. They're winning the battle of the boards now, and Santa Cruz is starting to turn it over. Santa Cruz has got to take better care of that ball because Aptos is crashing the board now big time.
All right, well, Bobby Holton checks in to try and remedy that problem. Dilfer drives the lane, dishes to Scargo, but we have an offensive foul.
All the way. Trent doesn't think so, but it was real clear, and he's going to catch the tee. Little too much drama early in the season, league season. Joe Whalen just tells him, no, Trent, this tee is not for Trent. This is for technical.
So Joe Whalen made the call. He's officiating this game with Dale Kirkendall. Pat Jones looks to be going to the line to try and bring this a little closer. The Mariners are up by 2. Shot won't go much to the delight of the Aptos Mariners crowd, as you see. However, he makes good on the second shot for his 9th point of the night. And the Cardinals will take over possession of the ball along with the technical. Checking in for Santa Cruz, Vaughn Barnes, number 30.
We're in a real ragged part of the game here, Rusty, with 3:40 left to go in the first half. That technical foul hopefully will settle things down here. We were seeing some pretty good basketball, and now we're not. Yeah, I see a rough foul here. What for?
Adam Healy.
Game's nowhere near being on the line. The guy's almost at half court, and he rubs it.
We've got Mike Jones, Gabe Jones, Norman Martinez is in, Pat Jones, and Bobby Holton. Over to Martinez. Trouble back in that corner, dishes off, but
yeah, it's good defense that time by Kelly Stratton. He gets a lot of notoriety as a scorer and a shooter and maybe even a gunner, but he played some serious basketball. He had a quick guy, and he took him. He took the ball right away from him, forced it all the way back into the backcourt. Santa Cruz starting over.
Jones with a couple steps there, should have thrown up the hook shot and tried to get 2, but he'll go to the free throw line for 2.
I don't think there was any way. There were a lot of 2x4s sticking in there. This guy, Ben Kagi, has got the long arms.
3:21 left in the half. Aptos up 20-19. Pat Jones could tie it up here. Off the front of the rim, rebound there by Ben Kagi. Big 6'7" junior.
Look at this bird dogging. That is serious defense now. Oh, my!
Stratton, nice pass to Kagi.
Whoop-de-doo!
So fresh off the bench.
Stratton's gone three-dimensional on us. Here he comes again now.
Four-dimensional. He's got the steal. And the assist. Dilfer can't get it to fall.
Aptos can't close it here. Aptos just cannot close it.
Foul underneath. It'll go back over to, looks like Santa Cruz will go to the line.
Who is that foul on now? That's on Stratton. All right, that's only his first. Trent, though, he's got a couple, huh?
He's got two.
I thought that might have been on him. His face went anguish. I don't think Aptos can really afford not to have Stratton or Dilfer in the game tonight.
Pat Jones to the line once again. He could be better at the line percentage-wise. Let's see what he does here. Can't buy that shot either, and the Mariners take control.
Praying City, back iron.
Cook brings it up.
Ball shooting's become really tough the last couple of years for everyone.
Stratton, string music, all net.
Some guys are better at the three than the foul line. Unbelievable.
Barnes to Escalante, back
Not Kelly. I didn't mean that was Kelly. He's good at everything.
Escalante takes a shot. A lot of Mariners underneath there.
Well, they got Fernie over on the wing now, and Barnes handling the ball. But Aptos is on the move. They're starting to run him a bit, and they're starting to pull away, too.
And Kagi makes it a 27-19 game as the Mariners do, in fact, pull away. They were down at the end of the first period, down by about 5 points, and now they're up by 8. And Pete Newell takes a timeout.
Good timeout. Let's see if we can get over to Newell's bench and see what's going on. Aptos has got to love it. They're getting the rebounds now. Santa Cruz is turning it over. Aptos is stealing it, rebounding it, put up a lot of shots and getting second and third attempts. Over here now, we've got a Coach Newell returning after his sabbatical, saying, you know, I'm going to be a little bit more patient this year. He says, my guys aren't patient. I'm going to be patient. I got to get my bearings. He says, I got to get used to these guys. They got to get used to me. And as the year goes on, you might see me become a little bit more animated over there. He understands the psychology of coaching this man, and he's doing a good job with the Santa Cruz team, given that big victory they had over Palma. Now he's got a job to do, because here come those Mariners fired up, playing their kind of game. They're stealing it, they're causing turnovers, they're firing it up, they're getting the rebounds, and they're leading by 8.
A lot of that mental advantage might be with a guy when he comes off the bench like Ben Kagi coming in and throwing in 4 points just like that. You got to get fired up when one of your reserves do that. Vaughn Barnes at the point. Over to Martinez. Looks to Jones. Nice defense by Kagi.
Kagi's giving away some weight under there.
Inside Holton, rejected.
Kagi and Dilfer both there.
Stratton, turnaround jumper, it's good.
Nice baseline spin by Kelly that time. And now he's got the hot palm.
Mariners up by 10, big turnaround here in the second period. Trying to work it inside, and they can't get it inside. Barnes, three-pointer on the way, no good. Jones fighting with 3 Mariners, can't come up with it.
No second shots. No second shots for the Cardinals. The Mariners are doing just what they have to do, control the board.
Healy barking the instructions. Inside to Dilfer, tries to go baseline, Holton blocks it off. Less than a minute here in the first half. Mariners up by 10. They've been hot in the second period. Stratton, nice shot. That's his 8th point of the game.
Almost a teenage lead now for the Mariners. Cardinals in a real drought here.
As far as I've seen him working inside in a while, Jones, he was a bit out of position on the shot by Holton, and 33 seconds to go. We'll see if Aptos takes the last shot. There we go, back
Over and
forth.
back, little turnover action there. Now the Cardinals got to get it rolling. They've been outscored 15-3 since about the very beginning of this second quarter. Probably over the last 6.5 minutes, they've been outscored by a 15-3 run. This game was tied 16-all. It's now 31-19.
Bernie, the man who might have to take things over, tries the shot, won't go. Jones fighting hard inside.
Big man nightmare, putting the ball on the floor. Gotta get it up over your head, Pat.
Man, you don't want to have the ball. He won't go for Stratton, though.
Well, no second shot there for Aptos. It wasn't the Cardinals' fault. The shot was just such a high arcer and caught the back rim. Away it went. Bernie, quickly.
5 seconds to go in the half. Shot won't go. Santa Cruz will keep it with 3 seconds to go in the half. A hoop here ought to do it. Checking in for the Santa Cruz Cardinals, Mark Northcutt, number 31. Victor Scargold checks in for Ben Cagey, who did a great job. Barnes to throw it in. Knocked away out of the hands there of Jones. And that's the end of the first half. So the Mariners, a dominant second period.
Second quarter ended just about the way Santa Cruz played the whole second quarter, frustratingly trying to bounce the ball along the floor and couldn't find the handle of it, just went away, time ticked away. They didn't do much, did they, in that second quarter? They had 14 in the first and 5 in the second.
So it's halftime. The Mariners up here at their home court, 31-19. We'll be back with the second half of action right after this. First half.
Oh, looks like we're on ESPN here, huh? Pretty good. Aptos is number one. Well,
Let's
maybe
see.
we'll see. It's a long season. You could be right. Good courage anyway. Well, you know what?
Look at these guys. Watch out for these guys.
What happened in that first half? I'm not really sure. It looked like Santa Cruz Cardinals were weaving a really fine fabric there for a while. Then a couple of threads started to pull out. First, the shooting went a little bit south, and they couldn't get a second shot. Aptos was doing their job rebounding, and then all of a sudden the ball handling went terribly sour. And boom, what happened? Up at 14-9, outscored 22-5 over that stretch of turnovers and poor rebounding, no second shots. They're down now by 12 on the road in Aptos, and I hope Pete Newell still has that silver tongue and could do something in the halftime. We had a good basketball game going in the beginning. Isn't so hot right now.
Well, we'll see if Bernie Escalante, as you mentioned, goes back to that point. I remember you pointed out the fact that he was over on the wing, and that seemed to be when they took the slide. So we'll see what the adjustment is.
Well, you got to move your personnel around. It started to break down before that. They probably looking for Bernie to sink some from that right side, free him from the responsibility of the point guard duties to put him on the wing and get some shots. But then the other part of it went down, so he can't do everything. He needs some help out there.
The guards and start the second half, Cook and Brown. Turnover there, Santa Cruz picks it up. There's Bernie, looks like he will be up at the top at the point.
Real important for the Red to score here, really important. Boom, they got the big one, the three.
Kenny Martinez, the first three for the Cardinals.
Well, that does a bunch of stuff.
Oh, a nice lay-in there by Chad Brown for his first hoop of the night.
Well, they had it under double figures there just briefly.
Trowbridge out to Escalante, into Jones, 10-footer.
Nice rotation by Pat. Pat, from off the baseline, just rolled into the key. Bernie faked one across to the left side, then hit Pat across the key. Good find that time by Escalante.
Jones led the Cardinals in scoring with 7 points in the first half. Turnover, the Cardinals come up with it.
Kelly just a little bit ambitious there. Now Bernie the other way.
12-footer, bounces around, out. Dilfer fights for it. Jones comes up with the bound. Martinez over to Trowbridge. Tough shot, it'll go. Whoa.
Scargle's a leaper too, and old Trowbridge threw it right over Victor, who was flying at him and gets the opportunity to convert for the three-point play. And I guess Pete did have something to say, Coach Newell, because it's back to 7, Rusty, and sinking.
Mariners up now 33-26. Cardinals out sharp here in the beginning of the second half. Trowbridge at the line to try and finish out the three-point play. Won't go. Jones underneath, back up. Out of bounds, Trowbridge tracks it down. Escalante will set it up. 15-footer, nice shot, Pat Jones.
Well, the Cardinals have got to play at the end of the quarter, Rusty, like they play at the beginning of these quarters. This is quite a show they put on. From 12 to 5, just like that. Couldn't have hoped for any better if you're a Cardinal fan.
Brian Cook looking inside, finds Dilfer. Double team, gets the shot off, fall away, won't go. Holtzen scrambles, comes up with it.
And Bernie wants to run it.
Finds Jones all alone. They triple team Bernie. Turn around way high off the glass. Dilfer.
Now, Pat was going to shoot that time no matter what. Not a good judgment shot there.
Nice
now,
idea.
nobody wants the apple here.
Chad Brown.
Look at this. It's turnover city. Here comes the throw. Can't get it across the bridge.
Brown rejects Todd Trowbridge's shot. That's probably one of the few blocked shots that Chad Brown will have during the season. Pat Jones on the wing, back up top to Escalante. Over to Martinez. A shot there by Trowbridge, all air. Dilfer out to Brian Cook.
Trowbridge really put some mark on that ball.
Shot short.
Aptos back to trying to do it alone now as Bernie weaves through traffic.
Nice pass inside, good defense.
Good defense by Kelly Stratton again, who we said in the first half, came into the game well known for his offense, but he's been playing some solid D here tonight for Aptos. And my opinion now is the difference at that end of the first half. His defensive work.
Shot by Kenny Martinez, won't go. Dilfer tracks the loose ball down. Chad Brown wants the two, gets the foul, shot won't go.
Chad Brown's really gunning it up here. He might be on the edge. If that was another coach over there besides bombing up Bill, he could be in a little danger. He's taken it to the hole the last 3 times. For his sake, I hope he cashes it here.
Mike Jones checks in for Todd Trowbridge for the Cardinals. Jones number 33. Coach Newell will give the exact instructions as to what to do next time. Free throw there by Brown, won't go.
Transfer from Oregon just a little short.
Mariners up 33-28, but that lead is dwindling. Brown gets on the second shot. Now we've got a travel.
So the trap worked that time. Brown and Dilfer put it on right after the made free throw and give him the TO.
Kelly Stratton to throw it in. Checking in for the Mariners, Ben Cagey, number 4. Big 6'7" player. Dilfer with the shot, won't go. Cagey with the rebound, he'll put it back up. And Brian Cook gains control of the ball.
That ball seems awfully slippery this third quarter.
4:42 left in the third.
Nobody seems to be able to hang on to it. See that? He may want to wipe that thing.
Three-pointer on the way, Stratton. No good, foul.
Joe Whalen said Bernie gave him a shove there. Bernie couldn't quite believe it. Pretty interesting. It shows a lot of respect for Kelly Stratton when you're fouling him from deep in 3 country.
Kelly Stratton with 9 points in the first half.
Not a big offensive effort so far, but as I say, he's been playing both ends tonight.
Nails the free throw. He averages 18, so figure a half of 9. He's right on target.
And he's got a quarter and a half left at home.
And gets both free throws as the Mariners take an 8-point lead, 36-28. Turnover, Stratton stepped out of bounds, however.
Well, Aptos player's a little demonstrative now. That was right on Whalen's edge that time. You could see he wanted to maybe put that cross sign up there.
That's Gabe Jones with the shot, won't go. Gabe Jones with a big game. The first league game of the season against Soquel just a few nights ago.
In my imagination, Rusty, is the crowd just a little subdued here? Are we getting into the cool 90s? Is that what happening to us?
Well, I don't know. They were pretty pumped up at the end of the second period, but here in the third, it's been all Santa Cruz so far, such as it's been. Cagey, he banks it off the glass for a 6-point. And that'll get him fired up.
Yeah, we got that one cheering section. The guys across the way, I don't know, kind of sitting on their hands. Doesn't seem like an Aptos home crowd to me.
Gabe Jones cannot get the bounce, but Santa Cruz will keep control of the ball.
Of course, it is kind of close to the holidays. Maybe everybody got real tired over the last couple of weeks. And speaking of that, boys are tired here. They're going to take a timeout.
Aptos up 38-28. They have a 10-point lead, able to have a pretty sizable lead despite, you know, Santa Cruz coming out hot in the third period.
No, this is the first of our schedule, Rusty. We got a bunch to do here. 1990. Let's see, where are we going next week? We're off to SoCal, or no, we're off to San Lorenzo Valley with SoCal as they'll play the Cougars up in Felton. I'll go up there along with Bob Bugalski. Then our next game after that looks like Watsonville at Harbor the following week.
Harbor, a team that's surprising a lot of people right now.
Yeah, they should never be surprised at that guy, you know.
Yeah.
Like Mike Gruber is one of your classic overachieving kind of individuals. He really likes going from underdog to big-time barking later on in the season. He'll always come in and say, I don't have much, don't know what I'm going to do. He's got, you know, 5 relatively unknowns, and they're really cohesive. They might be the most cohesive team in the league right now with what they got, but they just got pounded by the heavy talent team down there in Castroville. They're loaded. The
a lot of tall guys.
Really loaded, strong guys, good athletes, good coach. Came from the big time to live in Castroville or live down there in Prunedale. Al Ferreira, that is.
Both these teams will have their hands full with the North Monterey County Condors, and Gabe Jones gets his first shot of the night. Knocks the lead down to 8 for the Mariners. Ball knocked away. It's Jones leading the pack. Lays it up, but it looks like we're going to get a travel by Dale Kirkendall. Tough break as the shot went.
Yeah, that was too bad for Gabe that time. He really ran the floor well. He just took a little stutter step there, one extra toe, and he got caught. The ref was right on him. Great steal.
The layup there and in by Norman Martinez.
The press is on now. The Mariners need to respond. They only have 6. They're at home. They break it easily that time.
The shot, that's the big one by Kelly Stratton. 2 points.
Takes care of that, doesn't it?
Escalante over to the wing. Oh, the shot by Cagey knocked away, but out of bounds.
That guy glides to the hole.
Checking in for the Mariners, Trent Dilfer and Adam Healy.
I like Hutchings. Hutchings glides to that hole. He puts it on the floor and rips on through there. Well, I got a different guy there. I'm sorry, Rusty.
I don't know. I heard him say Hutchings on the PA as well. I could be mixed up on the...
You got him listed somewhere else.
That's Stratton. Gets the 10-footer. Nice shot by Kelly.
Heading inexorably on towards his average. Kelly Stratton.
I've been calling him Norman Martinez. It is Norman Hutchings.
Good look and feed underneath. You know, Escalante made a pretty good pass there. He looked over to Pete Newell. Newell said, get it up a little higher, but Bernie asked him a little higher, or something to that effect. Pretty interesting, though, because he really made a great feed through there. Couldn't convert. They're going to go to the line with it, but I really enjoy this guy. I've enjoyed him for the last couple of years, football and basketball, Bernie Escalante.
On the line, Gabe Jones. Cans the first one. Kenny Martinez checked in for Norman Hutchings, who played well. Second shot won't go. The battle underneath. Pat Jones comes down with it, tries to dish off, but it's Aptos' Cook who comes up with it.
Well, Pat Jones has been double teamed all night.
There was an offensive foul. Nice play there by Pat Jones.
Jones is paying him back a little bit because he's been double defense plus all night. Every time he goes to turn around, there's a guy on each hip. So he's got no room to rotate the hips and turn and make that J of his. So one pass too many that time he tried to get it out, and Pete's going to give him a blow.
A well-deserved rest for Pat Jones. Jano Sussman, the 6'5 junior, checks in for Pat. Over to the wing, that's Kenny Martinez, who puts it up, won't go. 42-33, the Mariners up by 9. Just under 2 minutes to go in the third period. Santa Cruz playing catch up here the entire second half.
You know, it's been a surprise to me tonight, the Aptos defense. They were playing some serious defense.
Could it be the new Bill Warmerdam after the year lead?
I know the Cardinal team, only averages about 56 points a game, but they're well under that pace at this time, being held that way by Aptos, which is next to the last in scoring defense on paper. But in person, they look much, much better defensively than that to me.
Healy works it around. Stratton takes the shot. It's a two-pointer off the front. Escalante will bring it up and take it easy doing so.
That was pretty fortunate for the Cardinals. Now, if Kelly made that one, it's lights out, because he would have thought anything that he threw up was going, and probably would. And he would keep throwing it up.
Kenny Martinez, the nice shot. He stayed up in the air for a long time on that one. They want
the turnover.
Stratton dishes off. Scargill.
Oh, yes. Scargill couldn't find anything in the first half, but none bigger than that here so far tonight.
7-point lead for the Mariners. 1 minute to play in the third period.
Those are the shots you need.
Over to Martinez, who's been hot, knocked away.
That's pretty aggressive stuff, huh?
Yep. Good defense. Kelly Stratton. That's Gabe Jones, pulls up and nails the shot. It's his 5th point of the game. 39-44, it's a 5-point game.
Gabe Jones has big hands, and he uses them well. I like the way that ball rolls off his fingers. I've been watching that. That guy's got a good touch on every time the ball leaves his hand. Look out for a touch.
That's the second three-pointer of the night for Kelly Stratton. And just when the game was getting close, 26 seconds to go in the third period, foul there by Adam Healy. The Mariners take another 9-point lead.
Kelly Stratton's done that 3 times now offensively at very crucial moments when the Cardinals were making a big run. Kelly's come down and iced them. And he's also done it on more occasions than that, even maybe 5 or 6 occasions defensively. He's got down there on the floor and batted the ball out of there towards one of his own teammates.
Topher with the rebound, finds Stratton, number 5. 18 seconds to go in the third period.
Trent's been still. They got to get Trent in the game a little bit.
Healy looking underneath. Scargill to Trent.
Good.
There it is. And the shot will not count.
Great head fake that time by Trent, sent everybody up. By the time they came down, he was gone. But he got fouled before he could get the shot off. Smart move by the Cardinals defensively.
They'll take it out of bounds. Won't go to the free throw line. They have 6 seconds to get the shot off. Back into Trent off his foot. So 4 seconds now. We'll see what Santa Cruz can do. Put in Bernie Escalante's hands.
Well, if they could get this basket, they will have halved their deficit. Right now, they've taken 33% of the deficit they had at the half away. If they could just get this ball up and in here, they're going to get the shot off.
Mike Jones at the buzzer, won't go. So
look at that tap from the back row.
At the end of 3 periods of play, the Aptos Mariners are on top of the Santa Cruz Cardinals, 47-39. It's an 8-point lead. We'll see what happens in the fourth right after this commercial break. In this league opener for the Aptos Mariners, it's the second game of the league season for the Santa Cruz Cardinals. Aptos on top, 47-39. They're trying to, take command of this. They beat Santa Cruz in the Dad's Club, and they could go 2-0 over the Cardinals in what's always a very good rivalry.
Yeah, psychologically, you asked me earlier about that Dad's tournament. Maybe psychologically, Aptos has the edge here, being at home and having defeated the Cardinals handily. But I just don't want to believe that stuff. Why come if you believe that kind of stuff? I mean, these guys, how many different biorhythms are out there tonight? What's going on? Who's sick? Who's not sick?
Here we go. We've got Mike Jones ready to throw it inbounds. Santa Cruz Cardinals with the ball. 8 minutes to go in this ball game as Bernie Escalante takes it up at the point. Over to Jones. Norman Hutchings lets it fly and nails the shot. That's his 5th point of the game.
And that was a deuce, but that was about as long and far away as you can be and still get a deuce. Now they have halved that deficit that they had at the half.
Stratton works around Escalante. Good defense.
And does it to him again. He does it to him again, Rusty. 4 times now.
That's 20 points I have for Kelly Stratton. Scored 9 in the 3rd quarter alone to match his effort in the 1st half. Nice shot, Mike Jones.
Jim's warming up. The shooters are warming up.
Adam Ely brings it up. He's got a lot of playing time off the bench for the Mariners. Scargill out to Stratton. You know he wants to have that ball in his hands.
Bernie's got the tough task now of guarding Kelly.
Nice block inside there by Norman Hutchings.
Well, Adam Ely that time, he, as the wide receiver and not of great size anyway, it's used to being a little bit overmatched, but he was really posting up against a bigger man there and didn't have much of a chance to get that off.
So Dilfer shot a little hard off the glass. Santa Cruz brings it back up over to Jones, back up to Escalante. Hutchings takes the 2-pointer, won't go. Jones rebound, bad roll. And Santa Cruz with a lot of rebounds.
Really,
there.
3rd shot attempt here for Santa Cruz. Oh.
Lots of rebounds, no points. Dilfer tracks it down.
Now, Aptos, the last time down, they had 1. The Cardinals got 3. Now, if that ratio keeps up, the Mariners are going to be in big trouble. But they're only 6 down. They're only 6 ahead, and they turn it over.
So we'll see if Santa Cruz can knock it down to 4. They haven't been only 4 points down since early in the 2nd period. 6:15 to go here in the game.
They had the lead after 1. After 2, they were down by 12. After 3, down by 8. They're chipping away.
Now down by 6. Hutchings, 3-pointer, no good.
You notice a lot of guys here shooting here tonight, they're just throwing that thing up there. They're throwing some serious parabolas on that ball, I tell you.
Some good defense on that shot. Cook brings it up against Escalante. Dilfer drives. Scargill, nice move, won't go.
Now Aptos with the 2nd shots. They waste that one.
Fast break Cardinals.
A little high risk there, but the Cardinals get lucky and come up with it.
Nice pass, Pat Jones.
Really nice pass by the big man. Really nice pass.
And Hutchings, who's been hot in the 2nd half, cashes it in. The lead's down to 4 by the Mariners, 5.5 minutes to go.
That's why it's so great to have Pat Jones in the middle of the deal and get the ball to him, because not only can he shoot, but he can really find that open man. Very, very good at it. He's been standing there for 4 years.
Locked away, Aptos retains possession. Kelly Stratton tracks it down. We've got a timeout by Bill Warmerdam.
Good time out here. He doesn't take too many a lot of times, but down the stretch, he knows how to work them. Pencil on the back of the ear now, down on the floor. The winningest coach in any of these parts is going to start telling his boys how to keep this game together, keep this 4-point lead in hand in the last quarter.
You talk about how he can do it at the end. It reminds me of the story that I saw by Greg Lathrop in the paper, where he talked about some of the best memories we've ever had in the 1980s, one of which was one of my best memories as well, was that Aptos Mariner team going to the state championship. I saw him mention you a few times as well. However, we all know, of course,
well,
that you are no.
Yeah.
You are no Al Michaels, but hey,
Hey, listen, Greg Lathrop, I use his stats here for these games. I love the guys calling. He's not Jim Murray, of course.
There it is, the brand new decade. We'll see what the 90s have in store. I would say it was, I came in the late 80s, the mid 80s on. It seemed, as far as basketball is concerned, Aptos was the team of the 2nd half of the 80s.
Well, Aptos, Santa Cruz, and Harbor, I think, dominated the 80s and give the edge to Aptos. They did go all the way to the NorCal. They won the NorCal championship. There's, only 1 game beyond that. They didn't quite make it. But the reason they didn't make it was for Scott Williams, who is now like, a #1 draft choice and plays for North Carolina. Oh, a timeout, they convert for 2. Worked. Warmerdam pulls it off. They get the quick 2.
Scargill.
Back to 6.
He'll work it into Jones. Fine step foul. So, the team of the 90s, you wonder who will start it off this decade. It's up for grabs. You've got North County, who's very tough. Both of these two teams could come out. You could never count out either of these two teams at the end.
Well, you know, North County, people better just look out. That's a growing area down there. People find that Ferndale area really desirable. They already have a solid basis in football. The basketball team's catching on. I can see that school really moving up into the Monterey Bay League before too long. I don't see them staying in the Santa Cruz Coast Athletic League for this decade. That's my prediction. Maybe Monte Vista will take this.
I think so. Monte Vista becoming very, very competitive.
I think that's the change we might see. We may see a little realignment of the teams by population.
Santa Cruz will have possession of the ball. I talked with Pat Lovell, the new league commissioner, on the show earlier, and he talked about Monte Vista and even talked about Palma maybe coming into the league.
He did.
Yeah. But North County, I can see where they might head on to bigger and better times. We'll see.
Well, they just might be forced to go there by pure size.
Shot there by Jones, won't go. Stratton skies for the bound. Here comes Cook. Stratton, nice. That was Scargill with the touch
Little
pass.
touch pass now. High risk step in a 6-point ball game. Make it 4.
Kenny Martinez with the nice lay-in. 51-47, halfway through the final period of play. We've got 4 minutes to go, and it's a 4-point ball game. Santa Cruz making it interesting once again. They led after 1 period of play.
Oh! Scargill's made 2 shots there in the second half, both at extremely crucial times. Make that 3 shots, all 3 of them crucial.
6-point lead for the Mariners. 3-pointer on the way. Won't go. Jones skies. And it'll pay off as they'll keep it down in Santa Cruz territory. Nice effort by Mike Jones. We know he can sky. He's a great athlete when it comes to track as far as the high jump and long jump. Mike Jones over to Martinez. Pulls it up, 15-footer, gets it.
A lot of guys shooting runners here tonight. A lot of high school guys are into shooting that runner. I think the thing's virtually unstoppable. I'm surprised more people don't do it. It's not, it's not the highest percentage shot, but these kids are making it big time here tonight. Oh my!
Bernie
He gave it to Bernie, and Bernie was ready.
Makes the pass to Jones. There's got to be somebody open there. He finds him. That's Martinez. It goes.
How about a 6-7 point guard running the break? Bringing the Cardinals back to 2, and the Mariners are going to call timeout.
With 3 minutes, 2 seconds to go, it's a 2-point ball game, 53-51. As the Mariners, and specifically Kenny Martinez, light it up.
A return from 12 points down, closed it by 10, back to 2 here. 3:02 to go, Rusty. What do you think?
Well, I think Kenny Martinez is really fired up. He had 2 points in the first half, and in the third period he had 7, and here in the fourth he's got 6 so far, so 13 points, and that's brought him right back into the game thanks to a little bit of support. Nice pass by Pat Jones.
They're all playing well now, these Cardinals. I mean, anytime you can gain 10 against Aptos in the second half at Aptos, I'm telling you, you got to play some serious basketball, and they are. I really don't see what Aptos is doing wrong. They're shooting it up. Kelly Stratton's hot. Victor Scargill's hot. Maybe they need to get Trent a little bit more into the offense for higher percentage shots. But 3:02 to go. We're going to find out.
The Aptos crowd trying to get the Mariners back with the momentum. Certainly not on their side right now, even though they are up by 2. Santa Cruz is on the move.
Going to be thinking about our most valuable player, as always. Who will it be? A couple of candidates easily come to mind on both sides, white shirts and red shirts. Be brought to you by Eric's Deli Cafe, and as always, by Awards and Engraving Unlimited of Capitola.
Adam Healy for the Mariners brings it up. They're up by 2. Just under 3 minutes to go in the game. Trying to set up the offense, finds Scargill.
Good defensive pressure. Good roll to the hole.
Kelly
couldn't convert.
Jones with the big effort, and he'll go to the free throw line.
convert. Kelly had the reverse layup and couldn't convert. He'd probably rather have it 20 feet from the basket and shoot the three, but it was a great roll to the hole against some very tight pressure, and that's just the breaks. There's nothing, nobody did anything wrong in that. In fact, everybody played beautiful basketball, and it ends up with Pat Jones going down the other end with a chance to tie it up.
They're down by 2. We'll see what he can do. Pat Jones has had a tough night at the free throw line. He's been at the line more than any other player in this game, but has not converted on many attempts. Nails that one, however. So Pat Jones with his second free throw of the night.
Well, you know, that's what they say. It's not the percentage overall from that free throw line. It's the percentage in the last few minutes of the game down the stretch.
Off the front, Stratton brings it down. 1-point ball game, 2.5 minutes to go.
A lot of conversations going on. Kelly talked to Healy and Cook, and then Healy talked to Cook, and they wasted about 8 seconds back there. Drive to the hole and a foul. Scargill with a good move.
Foul called on Mike Jones. So it's getting tight, just like you'd expect. It's the Mariners and the Cardinals. And we've seen a lot of great games in this very gym between these two teams.
Low-scoring affair. It's pretty much, you know, you're predicting Santa Cruz's favor to keep this kind of a score in this game. They're about 4 points away, 5 points away from their season's average, and the Mariners are about 17 points away from theirs.
Big rebound there by Gabe Jones. Mariners up by 2. 54-52. Mike Jones puts it up. Jones skies, but it's Stratton with a position.
Where do you think they'll go?
An open Victor Scargill drives into the land of the trees. That's Mike Jones ahead of the pack. He'll get the foul. And that was a good foul by Adam Healy.
See if they give him 2 here. He did start his hands up towards the hole. They are going to give him 2. He just barely got those hands moving towards the hole. He nearly overran it. What are they giving him?
Well,
shot.
All right.
A little doubt there, didn't you think? I mean, he was almost to the baseline, but he got those hands moving just before he got hit.
Yep. Santa Cruz crowd trying to disrupt Mike Jones. He's at the line. They're down by 2. 2 free throws, obviously, tying this ball game up. Little strong, but off the glass. They'll take it.
That's one way. A lot of mirth in the stands, but he's serious. He might have planned it that way.
We'll see. Finally, the Santa Cruz crowd erupt. I would think that we've got a whistle here. Santa Cruz crowd with a lot of reason to get up and go, and if Jones can nail this free throw, that would tie it up at 54 with 2 minutes to go in the ball game. This time couldn't get the glass, and it looks like it's going to be Santa Cruz ball. Boy, what an effort there by Gabe Jones.
Well, veteran official Dale Kirkendall couldn't have been better placed for that call. He was looking right pure down that line. He could see it all the way. Timeout Aptos now, and we'll take a peek in there, the dual huddle. Well-coached game, Rusty. I'm not going to say well played, but for a high school game, well played at the times when it needed to be well played. Had some really weird lulls in the middle, some ugliness here and there, but when it's been close, both teams, all the players on each playing really well, doing some amazing things.
The fans love it.
They do. Getting their money's worth.
1 point
what's
game.
What's a ticket for this? $2?
I don't know what it is. I used my
It's been so
pass.
long since I paid to come in here.
I tell them I know Jeff Conley, and they let me in.
Sure. I remember sitting in the stands in this gym on more than one occasion. I tell you what, it's a lot more pleasant for me to be behind this mic and watch Aptos than it is to watch anybody that lives in your household play against them, because these are tough times in here. It's tough to catch a victory in here. The Cardinals now just a couple of points in the minute 55 seconds away from doing so, but I'm going to be surprised if Aptos doesn't close them out here.
Well, it's going to be a deal if, it's whether or not they're hot or cold in shooting. They're going to put it up. If they're hot, they're going to put it away. If they're cold, you've got Pat Jones in there getting the rebounds.
And the man in the middle.
Escalante, 15-footer.
Oh my!
And the Cardinals take the lead.
Nice shot by Bernie, and credit Pat Jones, but yet another find.
Mike Jones fouled Healy there. So the Cardinals up for the first time since early on in the second quarter. 55-54 Santa Cruz, a minute 39 left in the ball game here at Aptos High School.
Well, we know Adam Healy can take the ball with both hands and tug it in towards his body and run for it. Now we're going to see if he can push the ball in the other direction with accuracy. Not quite. Not quite, Jones.
The big man underneath, who you can count on. Take it nice and easy. A minute and a half left to go in the game. The Cardinals with the ball, the 1-point lead.
Oh, good save on the sideline.
Martinez back out to Escalante. So they'll take it easy around the perimeter. Gabe Jones fouled there.
Looked like some four corners action. Now remember, no shot clock in high school, so the Cardinals could do that as long as they wanted. I thought that was a smart foul by Trent. Let's get this thing going to the line. If you guys want to play that way, we'll do it back and forth. You got a better chance. The odds are with you if you got more time to deal with. The Aptos team trailing. I've always thought they wait too long, Rusty, till there's too little time left before they try that. Then they only have to make one shot, two shots. Why not make them make 10 if you're going to do that, if you can't get back on the other end of the seesaw? That's where this game is going to be for Aptos if this man doesn't convert.
Trent Dilfer, however, with his fourth foul of this ball game. So
it won't be him taking it next time. He may have been the only one that thought they should go that way and get it done.
Got a delay here in the ball game. Joe Kirkendall looking for a flashlight here, finds it.
Flashlight in the stands apparently reflecting on somebody they didn't like it. No big thing, complete accident here, no problem. Little reflection in the stands, somebody complained about the light being on. I think it was just the young guy behind me here, didn't even know he had it on.
Minute 11, the Cardinals up by 1. Gabe Jones at the line to try and extend that lead. Does so.
See that toss? That's a big time shot. This guy has great hands. Now watch this. And I'm not saying he's going to put it in every time under pressure like this, but watch the way this comes off the hand. Look at that.
Gets the bounce.
That's
nice touch.
It's all touch.
Yep. Santa Cruz up by 3. That's Brown. Drive inside. Dilfer puts it up. Gabe Jones in Trent's face. Ooh, good defense there. Boy, it's amazing he even got the shot off.
Yeah, they called the foul on Jones, huh? Yeah, 55, Pat Jones. I don't know, he did the best he could do there. Scargill was desperate to get the shot off. Kelly Stratton, rather, excuse me.
Stratton needs to hit both of these. Jones able to nail both at the other end. That's right, Gabe Jones. The sky ball's in. Nice shot.
Never seen so many high arcers in a ball game, you? I mean, everybody's throwing it up. They understand the hole is horizontal here. And
there it is again. Nails them both. Very nice effort by Stratton. It's a 1-point game.
Baseline pressure. Good baseline pressure by Aptos, but the Cardinals get right through it.
Dishes off to Jones. They'll lighten it up. But Stratton steals it. The Mariners come up with it. That's Brown.
Brown against 3 guys, all of them bigger, and they're going to call it a jump ball here.
Gabe Jones with the block.
Oh, I don't know about that move by Chad Brown. Down by 1 at home, up against 3 guys, but he got away with it. Now he's going to inbound it from the baseline. Mariners always find a way, don't they?
They sure do. Bad pass.
Bad
he wanted
pass.
to go to
Cardinal
Scarborough.
ball. They're going to ice it. They'll have to foul here to get this ball back.
Cardinals up by 1. 36 seconds to go. They have the ball. Martinez over to Jones. 28 seconds. Jones, ooh, big hack, and that ought to end it for Trent Dilfer, but he had to do that.
Yeah, Trent knows it. Trent's making his departure. No choice. Give Pat Jones the chippy or make him go to the line where he's shooting about 50%. smart play by Trent, but he's going to sit down. And they're going to send in Cruz. Well, we got a different name now, huh?
Sure do.
We don't have anywhere near the name just announced, and we apologize for that.
Pat Jones at the line. I've got Andon Cruz, number 14 for the Mariners.
Not what the announcer said. Pat couldn't get it. He's shooting 50%, perhaps the second.
You see the scoreboard up in the corner. That's the story. 26 seconds to go. Santa Cruz hanging on to a slim 1-point lead. Make it 2 as Joan hits it. 2 points, 23 seconds to go. Will they go for the last shot?
You think Stratton for 3, maybe?
That's Brian Cook up top. He looks for the lane, puts it up off the glass, no good. Oh, Jones able to keep it up in the air long enough, and we've got a foul. Foul's finally brought down by Mike Jones. 7 seconds left in the ballgame. Santa Cruz well in command.
Well, I don't know how well. They're only ahead by 2. They got to go to the foul line. They're going to call timeout. This is not Aptos' timeout to ice the shooter. This is a Cardinal timeout. They want to talk about all the circumstances. What happens? What kind of defense are we playing if we miss the first one? What kind of defense are we going to play if we make the first one and miss the second one? Do we just stand around if we get the both of them down? We can't be beat if we get the both of them down at 7 seconds, or can we? This is Aptos. We're on the road. The Mariners can do some amazing things in here, so they got a lot to talk over. And
Jeff
on
Jones.
the other side, Warmer's got to tell them what to do if they make the first one. You get the rebound. Obviously, we're playing for 3. Who should take it? Well, Kelly's our first choice. I don't know who their second choice would be. It's probably Stratton. It'd be Kelly or Stratton or Kelly Stratton. That's what
Either one of the two, but that's about it, I'd say. Stratton with 2 3-pointers on the night, the only 2 for the Mariners. Santa Cruz is going to the line.
If they miss them both, might be just token pressure by Santa Cruz. Token pressure, make them chew up the 7 to get their 2 or 3 or whatever they're going to do. The nightmare would be to make 2 and foul Stratton when he pumps the 3 and go OT. It could happen.
The 4-point play to tie it up.
It could happen.
Mike Jones at the line.
Well, after this shot, a couple of scenarios will go away.
Mike Jones was clutch in the early going at the free throw line. We'll see what he can do here. He bags it.
Well, now they need a 3-point shot, the Mariners. I don't think they're going to get 2 possessions in 7 seconds. Could. Good baseline pressure. Now we go for the 4-point scenario, in which case they would need 2 possessions.
Jones gets them both. Mike Jones, nice job for his, I've got 6 points of the night, and then bigger than those 2, one at a time.
Well, Coach Newell right now probably a lot happier about coming back than he had any right to or reason to expect. I mean, his team now has taken care of Palma, which another TV station from across the bay I noticed still had undefeated a couple of days after they were defeated by our beloved local Cardinals and ranked number 1 in that particular station's poll. They probably spend a lot more time, covering the 49ers than you and I do, and
I think
don't have quite the eye for this local high school stuff. But they defeated Palma, they defeated Soquel, and now they're after this man and his Chargers. The Mariners at home in deep trouble, down by 4, 7 seconds left.
Mariners with the ball, however, they'll take it out of bounds. You got to figure they're going to give it to Kelly Stratton and then put on the full-time, big-time pressure on the inbound pass. They only have 7 seconds, as you mentioned, as we see a nice shot there. Some of the fans enjoying the game. Win or lose, it's been a great game.
It's a grand opener for us. I don't know if we can expect the same SoCal at SLV. Ken Worthy's got the Cougars playing pretty well from what I understand.
We've got a lot of tall guys with Cada and Parmenter if he gets back into action, and Matt Murphy.
If you're SoCal, you got to bring your infrared glasses up there because it always seems a little darker in the log house up there. You know, you go in there and just a little kind of different color, We've seen some funny things in there over the years. Looking forward to it. Looking forward to joining up with you, Big Bobby B. Bugalski will be back. Aptos saw something that they weren't ready for. Now they're going to go back and talk some more.
Again, 7 seconds left in this game. This is the Mariners' first league game of the season. Santa Cruz played earlier in the week, beat Soquel after being down at the half, so they're used to this second half heroics.
My only disappointment today is number 50, Sussman, didn't get in. You know, his first name, D-J-N-J-A-N-G-O.
Well, he gave Pat Jones a bit of a breather there.
Did what you call it.
And I was all worried about the pronunciation.
Hey, I went over and I asked him, who's this guy, Django? He says, I am. I got him on the first catch. Didn't know why. Just I was asking him. I didn't know who he was.
Django with a D.
I said, well, you don't say the D. And he says, no. I said, well, where'd you get that name? He says, you know, I was named after a Hungarian gypsy minstrel or something like that. That's what he told me. Some guitar player from Hungary or something. So now we got the guy down in North Monterey.
Kuma Hatton.
Yeah, Kuma, named after the King of Ghana. And now we got a guy in the league named after a Hungarian gypsy banjo player. Huh? That's how you fill time, folks.
I'd like to know
We had double timeouts on the board, Rusty, and we did it. We're back to action, okay?
Yeah, the next time out, I'd like to find out where Jeff D. Conley got his name. 7 seconds to go, inbound pass. That's Kelly Stratton, a long one across court. Cagey takes a shot, 3 seconds, won't go, 2, 1, that's the buzzer. And the Santa Cruz Cardinals come away with the victory here at Aptos, 60-56, and a great effort in the second half. They were down by a load.
Mini upset, I'd say. Not a major upset, but definitely an upset anytime you come in here. Kind of a mini upset. I mean, the Cardinals served notice when they dumped Palma that they were going to be a serious basketball team. And they have really shown people tonight they were down by 12 in this place. I mean, down by 12 in this place, you figure what's next? 20 down, 30 down maybe. Shame, and get in the bus and go home. But it's going to be a fun ride, the 10 miles back up to Santa Cruz for these Cardinal kids. They come in here and played a great game. We need a player of the game.
We'll be back with the man who made the difference. I have an idea. We could come back and you know,
well, we'll see who
people.
that could be. Until then, we'll be back with our player of the game.
So stay tuned. It's the player of the game who won this game for the Santa Cruz Cardinals right after this.
Easy game of the week. We're now with our player of the game. It's none other than Kenny Martinez of the Santa Cruz Cardinals. Kenny scored 2 points in the first half, and then you went bonkers in the second. What was the difference?
I don't know. In the first half, our defense just wasn't as good as in the second half. Coach Newell fired us up and told us that the key to our offense was to our intensity on defense, and that was just the difference.
So were you just not getting the shots off like you wanted in the first half, or just the intensity got them in there?
Probably pretty much a combination of both. I wasn't getting the ball too much in the first half, and my shots weren't really going in the first half. In the second half, just the harder you play on defense, the offense just comes around.
All right, so that's what you're telling us, that at the halftime you were down by 12 and he told you it was your defense?
Yeah, pretty much.
Now, how does that account for you coming out here and being loosey-goosey and letting them fly down the stretch? I mean, there was a lot of tension out there. Rusty and I could barely stand it. We didn't even have our uniforms on. How could you stay so loose?
I don't know. It was just luck, I guess. It just a combination of hard play and defense.
Well, we chose you because you had a wonderful game out there and really showed the way down the stretch. But you got to give a lot of credit to the big man in the middle, Big Pat, huh?
Oh, yeah, Pat played great. Mr. Newell said that was the best game he played all year. He was so aggressive out there. We just felt great with him in the middle.
How do you guys enjoy Bernie at the point? Does he spread that ball around fairly enough?
Sometimes he dribbles with his head down a little bit, but he'll learn.
But he finds you, though, huh?
Yeah, he's doing real well at the point guard.
Give you enough tonight?
Yeah, he gave me the ball enough tonight.
Well, and because he gave you the ball so much and you put it in the hoop so much, you're a player of the game. You get a nice certificate from Eric's Deli Cafe. You can go take a friend out to lunch, eat it all yourself, whichever you'd like. A trophy from Awards and Engraving, which we'll give to you momentarily. And congratulations.
All right, thank you, Rick.
On your individual effort and the team effort. All right, Kenny Martinez, our player of the game, and what a game it was.
Nice smiley guy, huh?
Yep.
He's still loose. He wasn't smiling when he was shooting, but he must have been smiling inside when they all went in.
Well, it's the game we expected. You know, Santa Cruz Aptos, you expect close, you expect a tight rivalry, and it was just that.
Well, they held him. I mean, Santa Cruz averages 57 points given up. They give up 57 points. They average scoring about 55. They're 5 over their scoring. They're right on the money with their defense just about, and they did it. .3. Aptos gets .3 more than all the other teams they played average. Pretty incredible defensive effort.
And it's the new season. You know, they win the game in league when it counts. Aptos blows out Santa Cruz
They're
in the
2-0,
dance
those
club.
Cardinals. They're serious business this
That's
year.
right. Aptos 0-1. We'll see what happens next week. Next week, you're with Bob Bogowski up at the Valley.
Up the valley, up to Felton we go with the SoCal Knights. Lance is ready. Shoot it up. We'll have a good time up there, I think.
All right.
If we can find it and
I
we can
think so.
see it once we get inside. I wonder if they ever fix those lights there. Always an adventure to go up there. Always an adventure to go inside and call a game.
So until then, next week, San Lorenzo Valley, SoCal on the KRZ Game of the Week. For Jeff Conley, I'm Rusty Reed saying so long and thanks for watching.
Had a good time.
All right.